Should really... Well, it does work. I filled my little fan with proper ice this time. Turn it down a bit. So if you're wondering what the noise is, it's that. This looks a little bit thingy as well. Okay, let's carry on. Got the England match on in the background. Let's carry on with this. I need my guard. I can't find the other pencil that so I've got one of these, a Pentel 0.5, but I don't know where it is. It's not hiding under this, is it? Unless I put it in a keepsafe somewhere. I was going to take it. I don't know. Don't matter, anyway. Let's carry on. I've also changed a button on my pen so I can still see the chat and scroll through my board. So I've got a there you go, look at that. I've got a like on my tablet there, I've got like a reference board, so I've got loads of like my favourite graffiti apps, so like Does and everyone else, just to give me a bit of inspiration. And I put DRM hours there. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let's have a look. So I always need to remember to turn the screen down on my phone. Have I done that? Yes. Not quite after. I actually really like that one. Yeah, I really like that one. It's a good one to expand on. That does actually work. So this fan that I've got, you put ice in it and water in it and it blows the cool air. It's not the most powerful fan, but the reason I've got it is just to try and keep my phone cool, or cool enough that it doesn't overheat. It seems to, I've done the job like on really hot days like today. Like it's not baking hot outside, but in my office it's really, really warm. It seems to have done alright, actually. Alright. Sweating bullets. I'm a rocket man. I'm a racket man. Yeah, my phone's getting hotter, but yeah, it kind of does work. Like, a person. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. I should say that I think I always have to say, until I figure it out, apologies if I'm not replying to your comments straight away. There's about a minute or so delay on Streamlabs and I don't know how to fix it. I know why it's there, it's because a lot of gamers use it and it's to prevent stream sniping, but as I'm not using it for gaming, I don't need to have the delay on. But thanks for stopping by, I hope you're alright. Me, I'm just practicing some graffiti lettering. So the normal kind of drawing that I do, graffiti art and pixel art from video games is my two favourite art styles, and they've inspired me to draw sort of these kind of things. So like structures from, like, you know, ships, structures, buildings, cities, like in the background. So the kind of big sort of space stations or buildings or floating cities or whatever. This is what I normally draw, and because I really love graffiti, I'm trying to pull like a graffiti style out of this. So I'm just practicing lettering just to see if I can do something with it. I've done a few alphabets before, so I drew that earlier. These are some of the things I've already done. So it's getting there. That's the start of an alphabet that I did. I've tried messing about with insects, things like that. I have drawn an alphabet. It's not like as good as a proper graffiti alphabet, but that was like my first attempt, and the point of this was to kind of use as a template, and then draw like different graffiti pieces on top of it. So the examples of that would be when I've drawn, if I can find it. I always lose this. Oh, there. Would be that. So they're the three that I drew out of it. These two, they're just the letters straight as they are, and then this one I've kind of done a bit more with it. And then that's the second alphabet that I've done. The idea being the same, that that's just like the base, and then use them to kind of add to it and draw a graffiti piece out of it. But that's kind of what I'm up to at the minute. I'm just messing about with the letter J. The tag that I draw is Jambar because it's my name kind of cut in half, and it was, I think it was a brand I used way back in college. We had to brand like music equipment, and I used that because I couldn't think of anything else. And the thing is, I actually really like drawing this combination of letters, so I've just decided to stick with it and not change it. But that's what I'm up to at the minute. I did a stream for a couple of hours earlier. I'm going to go again for a couple of hours now. But no, thank you for stopping by. Like I said, I'm trying to stream a bit more as well, because I've not been streaming for that much. I've not been streaming that frequently recently. I've only been streaming on a Monday and a Friday. Because there's some other drawings that I do. So I do, so like every Monday and Friday I'll draw these kind of things. I'll take a colour from each pen that I've got, and I'll just draw a different drawing every sort of Monday and Friday, just to get it. That series was started just to kind of get through every pen, just to sort of justify spending 30 odd quid on 120 pens. So I thought I may as well turn it into a stream. But I do intend to stream a lot more frequently. Cool, how's it going, my man? Good to see you. Did you see the comment I put? I started at a bit of a strange time and I had to kind of recharge my phone and sort some stuff out. That noise you can hear in the background is a fan, and and it's one of those fans that you put like ice water in the top of it and it filters it out and blows cool air. So the idea is hopefully it'll keep my phone cool enough. That's it, yeah, no worries. I'll probably be taking another shower after this because it's hot. It's actually, the temperature's kind of perfect. It's 22 degrees here, but my office being where it is and there's really bad ventilation into it, it just, with my computer and stuff being on, it just gets absolutely stifling in here. But in the first stream I did, I was chatting to a few people in there, and I've said what I might try and do is make this like a stream that I do every Tuesday, like just a good chunk of like maybe between 4 and 6 hours of just this, because I really do want to improve and start doing a lot more graffiti pieces. I've just got my my board up. So I'm just scrolling through, looking for inspiration. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I might kind of rearrange some sort of streaming times. I'll keep the Monday and Friday as they are, like I don't need to change that, but because I want to do more drawing, like just try and timetabling, because I used to do quite a bit when I was doing the time lapses. Like I was doing 2-3 drawings a day, and I want to kind of get back to doing that. But like I said, it's been a bit hectic. I've got a busy week this week, and like I've got my missus' birthday tomorrow, so we're out all day for that, which is acceptable. We've got something to attend, a school. Is it like a school open day, I think, for my son moving, he's going into comprehensive, so I have to attend that. And Friday's the regular sort of streaming day. But yeah, hopefully when it calms down, when the summer's coming up, so I'm hoping like I'll get a lot more free time, I can just absolutely blitz it. Because I do need to promote myself a bit more as well, like I'm not getting any interaction on the shop, but that is my fault because I'm not promoting it at all, so I need to do that as well. Good news? Always like to hear good news. What's the good news? Do tell. That's fantastic, mate. Love that. Congratulations, my friend. It's really well deserved. Like, you put a lot of work in the last couple of months, especially. Like, I know you had a little bit of a break the last couple of weeks, but you've been absolutely smashing it. Rain out here? No. Honestly, well done, mate. Really, really, really happy for you. It's good stuff. See England do an absolute turd again. Wow, it was only 3 minutes in. No, that's rubbish. Yeah, I do wonder though. Like, I think I said this to you before. Like, I can never work out YouTube's algorithm. Like, the biggest uptick in subs I had, and I think the only video I've ever had with over 1,000 views, I think it was 1,400, was December 2022, I think. What are we in, 24 now? Yeah, December 22, and I took the entire month off, practically. So I barely uploaded anything. And I got, I think, 100 subscribers, and I think that was when that video got 1,000 views. I can't work it out at all. Yeah. It is a strange one. I can't work out either. It's bullshit. But having that one video over, now that you've got a video over 1,000, long may it continue for you, and I really hope it it kind of kicks your channel a bit, kicks it up a bit. That's what you'd think it'd do. Like I've seen other channels have that, so hopefully it works out for you. I'm not grumbling about the YouTube algorithm at all at the minute, because I know for a fact I've not been uploading enough. Like I said, I can't really get away with just 2 live streams in, you know, per week. It ain't enough. So where the hell is that? There's an entire section of my mood board thing that I'm looking for. Oh, there's Moog Dyer, Mr. Stack. So not Moog Dyer. There's a whole section. Right, there it is. There we go. It's all wrong. Okay. No, that's good stuff, man. Really, really pleased for you. That's what you want, isn't it? Any sub is like grateful for. I think for my earlier stream today, I had 2 subs as well. So, like, I think hashtagging graffiti in the title has helped. Right, I'm gonna do the letter A for this one. So, like I say, 2 subs today. That's kind of loads better than, you know, what I'd normally get on a Arteza stream. But yeah, any sub that you get, you're not going to moan about, are you? I'm certainly not. Uni, how's it going, man? Good to see you back again. Yeah, I did 2 hours. I'd only jumped in right before I right before I was about to jump off, but I'm a few minutes late. I had to go to the shop, so I had to get some ice for this new fan that I've got to try and help cool my phone down. I kind of find A one of the hardest letters to do, really. I can't seem to do it without making it look really kind of shitty and generic. I'll try though. I'll try my very best. Yeah, I think actually penciling in the gap kind of helps, kind of like if I draw the line through it like that, you can kind of see it a bit more, but I don't need to do it on that one. But nah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Any likes and all that stuff, really appreciated. Help bump up the algorithm. Bump up that algo. I said it before, I think when I very first started streaming, I said that the way I'm going to try and play this is just be consistent. Just upload, like I say, not upload like all the time, but like if I have a regular kind of schedule, then you know, I think that'll help me out. No, that doesn't even look like an A. It's garbage. Hot piping garbage. I'll try a different approach. No, I need to pay attention. It was in the graffiti, one of the graffiti groups I've joined on Facebook. Someone, like I can't remember his name because I've not been in that group for a while, but he was like really cool with me. He says, you know, try and make it a bit more readable. I think that was from like my older works. He said that was the biggest problem. I think it was the alphabet actually. Where is it? It was, because I changed it up. It was the A. I think there was a couple of letters that a few people kind of pointed out to me, because the ones I'm doing now are a little bit similar to what I've already done. Where is it? Where's the alphabet gone? Yeah, and he did say readability was an A, I think A, an M, it might have been the other one. Because it's fine kind of having it abstract, but like watching a lot of videos from graffiti artists talk about it and trying to teach people it is, you can still pick out the letters from it. Like when you kind of learn to read it. Yeah, here it is. So that was the A. I don't think I changed that. I think the O was one of them. There was a few, like the K maybe as well. I think with this, if I kind of like filled in the gaps of, like if I highlighted the gap a bit more of where everything's supposed to be, so like, well, I suppose I shouldn't really need to, should I? Yeah, like one of my favourite artists is a guy called Duke, and his artwork actually inspires my normal work more than my graffiti stuff does. Like, I'll try and show you some of his now. Like, I'll turn my phone that way. So where are we? There's DRMLZ. There's Does. There's down here, I think. There's Dupe. Alright, come on. Lick as well, L-I-K. He's very kind of in the middle. That's the problem with such a big mood board. I can't remember where everyone's work's gone. Yeah. Where is he? Oh, what I'll have to do is I'll have to find it on my phone and then I'll show you. But anyway, with these kind of letters here, that what I'm almost trying to do is, I suppose, like stencil it, but then you make graffiti, you can kind of go this way maybe. It's what I did with the other graffiti, and then get rid of the problem here is though, is look, there's now a gap. I can never figure that part out. Because then look, I don't know where to put the hole, if you like. Like if I were to do that. I suppose that kind of works, so it's like now a solid shape, but I'm not sure if that works. Like, maybe if I were to do it like this, I guess. I suppose that kind of works. You can kind of see it as an A a little bit more, I don't know. What I find much harder is, like, if I want to make a bit more of like a square letter without it looking utter garbage. Like, I've done it a couple of times, but I think it can look too neat. Like I said, with this alphabet. I mean, I quite like that. That's an idea I'd like to play about with a bit more. Like, I do really like this, but like I say, it's just a bit too neat. And that's why I kind of like that, because it's a bit more. How can you say? I don't want to say scruffy, but a bit more interesting, maybe. Is that perhaps the right word? And the argument as well I hear people make is like, when does it stop becoming, you know, when does it stop being graffiti? And when does it start just becoming regular old letters? You know what I mean? That's the tricky part with lettering. I think I maybe just need to be a bit bolder with my shapes, like. Yeah, I was saying, I think just before you jumped in, a person who, I don't know if he's still in here, but who chatted earlier. The reason why I've not actually I've deliberately not chosen like a tag or a handle or whatever it would be. Jambar is just my name cut in half, and it was from when I was at college. It was for like one of my graphic design projects, and I had to kind of have a company name for, I think it was like music stuff, and I just thought, oh, I'll just use my own name, but I'll cut it in half, I'll shorten it down somehow, and I just thought I'll use that as a starting point. Like I think I actually intended to maybe come up with my own handle, my own tag, but I actually enjoy writing this combination of letters so much that I just decided to keep it. I just think they work really. They're just very, very fun to draw. They kind of suit the way I like to draw. But yeah, I think drawing, the challenge is, like, I'd love to do like a box style as well. And I think that the reason why I'm keen on pursuing this is because I like the challenge of it. Like, it's a really difficult, I suppose, style, or yeah, it's a difficult style to make unique. So like, this is like my bread and butter kind of drawing. I want to make this. I'd love for the, like, if the composition of that, it doesn't look like square, it looks like there's bits all over the place, but that's too intricate to be a word. So it's trying to simplify. If I can get this and simplify it into letters that are readable, that would be my goal. I think if I'm able to do that, then, you know, I think I'm onto something. I think A is probably a good place to start as well. In fact, let's have a go. Let's see if I can find something out of it. Because like I say, the biggest problem I had was readability. The one time I think I actually did okay with it, there is one letter that is not readable. Is it this one? I think it is. So this is like the first, if you remember the first kind of stuff I did. That one's not, you can kind of pick out some of the letters, like the B, the A, the J, that A is cooked. The M, that one is just nothing. Again, you can't see the M. You can see the R, I would say, but that's it. That's again cooked, nothing. A bit better, but not really. I love that drawing, but it says nothing. That's a bit too boring, I think. I couldn't make that interesting. Again, I really like that drawing, but nothing. That was the first time I think I caught onto something. Like, the J, the A, the B, and the R. The M is, no, the M is just a jumble of nothing. The A, not really. But then it was from that drawing where I made, where I made this alphabet, because I genuinely think I could make it work, but I need to make it a bit more interesting. That's a little bit too neat, that one. So I need to try and kind of maybe do something with that. I've done that wrong already. Because I was looking at other artists' work, and like for example, Lick, the guy I'm looking at now. I'll get his. Where's my book? So this is kind of like my favourite book at the minute. Where was it? Where's Lick? Right here. So I'll show you what I mean. So Lick, he's one of the guys that I'm looking at. So he's got big shapes, but all the detail in between, like similar to my stuff. And it's really, really good. Like, it looks brilliant. And his work, kind of, when I see it, it makes me think I could kind of do it in a way where the letters don't ultimately have to all connect, but kind of do in a way as one big object. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do. It's just really flipping difficult, that's all. So like when I've done this style before, like all the letters are fit in a perfect box, and I want to try and kind of break away from that a little bit. And in this style as well, it's difficult to not make the A look like an R. So like that looks more like an R. So yeah, Lick is amazing. Like he's one where I'll kind of reference him more for the other drawings that I do, not necessarily the graffiti stuff. Maybe if I do. The part is this shape here, so that is what makes it look like an R. So it's that, and because of that gap there, that's what's making it look like an R. So I need to maybe fill in that gap. Maybe if I kind of closed it off. And perhaps if I did that's probably more, that lends itself more to an A, I think. So that's a bit better, because that shape there kind of makes it a bit more readable as an A as opposed to an R. So if I kind of do this, I'm just having a look now. Like, I don't necessarily want to over detail every single letter that I'm doing, but for the purposes of this style, I'll make it a little bit more detailed. So maybe if I did this, I'll go an extra bit here maybe. An extra bit. If I started to detail it in like I normally would that work maybe? The extra detail up here. Flesh it out into like a style I'd normally have. So it's fleshed out a bit. It's a bit more interesting than having it kind of fit within a perfect square. Something like that, I don't know. And then the usual kind of like blocking these bits a bit more. That kind of thing. Something like that maybe. There's kind of the resemblance of an A. Maybe if I detail it a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. Like it'd look a bit cleaner than that if I were to do it in ink, but I don't know. But again, the readability is a problem on that one. Like I've maybe done too much with it. Like maybe I'd have to get rid of that detail. There you go, it's a bit clearer. But again, that looks there. I'm not going to say. No, get rid of that. Don't need that. It's all about over detailing maybe. Keep that. There you go. That's more of an A because I've got rid of that. And I've got the Dead Hand, how's it going, my man? Is my fan still going? It is. Phone's still going, fan's still going. I don't know if it's enough. Hopefully it is. Do you know what? When I sell my first painting, the first thing I'm doing is getting a bloody aircon unit. Oh, I'll have that one just for my face. Oh, yeah, I'm just going over my thought processes, Dead Hand. How's your Monday been? We're on Tuesday. Anyway, yeah, good evening. Just very, very warm as per. As I pull an armpit hair out. Gross, you don't want to see that. No, I don't even know what I'm attempting there. Let's try a different approach. So if I've got the... Let me just check, you can't see my flipping big up, can you? If I've got an A... Say if I've got an A, I don't know. Maybe like that. I don't know. But again, it's the bend there that makes it look like an R. I need to stop falling into that trap. To draw my flipping rays then. Like if I just maybe go back to basics a little bit. So if I just go like I think I'm a bit nervy about taking up too much space as well, and it's like, well, see, I like the chunkiness of some of this. Omerto Pete, thanks for stopping by. Nice one. I do actually work in digital, but I haven't worked in digital for a while. But yeah, most of my stuff is I'll show you what I normally do. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat at all then, Pete, I do apologise. Yeah, this is the stuff I normally do, and these guys here, Dead Hand, Uni and Coob, they're all my regular posse. Been regulars in here for what? I'd say well over a year now, haven't you? But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I normally do. So my main inspiration is graffiti art and pixel art. So I really like the kind of structures and ships and sort of atmospheric backgrounds you get in sort of 16-bit video games, and that's where all this has come from. So like I like these ones. I've picked 10 of these and they're available to buy. There's 2 prints of each. So like for example, that one's available, that one is, I think that one is, can't even remember. But yeah, but graffiti is like one of my favourite, well, it's probably my joint favourite art style, so I'm trying to kind of pull a graffiti style out of my work. Just get my other phone. Oh, as I crunch my back. The graffiti art I've already done. So the first alphabet I did, since Uni's mentioned it, is that. So that was the first alphabet that I've done, but the idea behind this, because it's not like a normal graffiti alphabet, like a graffiti alphabet traditionally is like it's all sort of woven together. What I've tried to do here is basically use this as a template, and then you kind of draw the letters in as a template and then you expand outwards from that. The 3 examples that I drew from that were, I find them, were these 3. So these 2 are just straight words as the letters are, as you put them down, kind of plain Jane. And then the bottom one I've tried to kind of be a bit more flamboyant with it. And then there was a second alphabet that I did. So again, the same idea here. So I'm trying to keep this kind of thematically with the drawings that I do. And the idea is kind of the same, like these letters go down as a template and then you kind of expand outward from it. And I've, like here I've played about with insects and stuff as well. And they're the ones that I finished earlier. So I finished this one in today's stream that I did earlier. But this is kind of getting closer to what I want, these 3 pieces. And these are the letters that I did earlier today as well. So just messing about with J's. Same idea, just jot down a template and then go from there. And then this evening's session, ladies and gents, is A. But I always struggle with that. I think all my A's look shit. I don't. It's because any sort of letter with like a gap in it, which is all of them, pretty much. So in my tag Jambar, there's 2 A's, the B and the R. So 4 out of the 6 have got holes in them. So I have to kind of work around that, and it's difficult. That middle one blew me. Oh, thank you, Coop. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to play about with. And the thing is as well, because my style's quite linear heavy, like straight line heavy, for some reason I find it more difficult to kind of find the gap in the old letters. So I think what I might start to do with this, because I'm kind of doing, what I'm doing is I'm drawing this and then fumbling the middle bit. I think I maybe need to look at it a bit differently. I've been looking for something like this all over YouTube. Oh really? Oh, nice one. Yeah, I started drawing like this about 2.5 years ago. Like I used to draw, or I used to paint movie characters digitally, and I got a couple of commissions off the back of it. And it was people asking me to draw family photos and stuff, and they took forever. They took like 20 hours to do. And I just found I got a bit bored of them. So I thought I can't do these kind of paintings quick enough to make the money from them that I really should be making. So I kind of changed it up a bit. I'll show you what I used to draw. I kind of had fun with the old movie characters, but when I had to do commissions, I just found them such a flipping ball ache. My internet's not working. Oh, here we go. So what I used to draw is... So that was the last one I did. I used to draw things like that. So I painted that on Photoshop. No, that one was Clip Paint actually. Where's my other ones? The very first one I did got a little bit of traction actually. I'll try and find it for you. Like, yeah, so I did a Predator. And I tried to turn them into posters, so that's unfinished, but I tried making a poster out of it. And because I couldn't quite get it how I wanted, I tried to learn anatomy, and I tried it for about 2 years and I just couldn't get it. So I thought, right, I need to change up. But no, I can sympathise with you there. Like, it can be a bit much. Like, when I used to be a regular on DeviantArt, there was a lot of that kind of art, and some of it looks amazing, like some really talented artists. But because it's, I hate using this word because I don't want to sound insulting to people, but a lot of it was very, very generic. Like, just plain Jane. So maybe if I kind of change it up a bit and do something like this. Like, it kind of put me off anime a little bit. There you go, if I do something like this, that's a little bit better, isn't it? Change it up. But I even thought at one point I wanted to get into comic book art, which is why I started trying to learn anatomy as much as I could, but I just couldn't get it to the standard that I wanted, and thought maybe this is something that I should have maybe done a bit more at uni. So yeah, I think it was during lockdown, I remember I made a change. I kind of went back to basics and I just started having fun. And one of the artists that inspired me to kind of just do my own thing was Pt2. He just did incredible doodles. Everyone seems to know who he is, but in case you don't, he's this gentleman, Pt2 he's called. So he kind of does this sort of doodle art, and they look like biomechanical sort of drawings like this one. I love that, and I thought, you know what, I should really kind of just be more expressive, just draw what you want, you know. Instead of trying so hard to fit into a box, just draw what you want, and like I say, use my graffiti and pixel art inspiration to get to this. No, I did graphic design at college, so I did GMVQ art and design at college for 1 year. That was to make up for the C's you get at school. Then I did 2 years of graphic design, but I was only doing those things to get into uni, because what I really wanted to do was video game design. But that course at uni was a flipping disaster. Like, it wasn't even ready. Like, the first 2 months we were there, or the first month and a half, however long it was, we had to learn animation because our course just wasn't ready. So immediately, like, yeah, we could be fucked here. So yeah, that was a shame. And the 3 years I was at uni, it was just all digital. It was all, well, it was all kind of 3D work, so learning 3ds Max and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't draw for like a good, I'd say good 4 to 5 years, because I desperately was trying to justify uni. So I was trying really hard, but coding is such a big part of game design, and I'm not a coder. Like, I am shit at it. Like, I really struggle with coding, so it's a shame, but that's the way it is. Now you see the problem I've got here, because there's no roof on this, it looks like a H. Yeah, he's just, everyone knows Pt2 draws. He's almost like the godfather of this kind of art, isn't he? He's just, oh, he's sublime, isn't he? Like, when I first started doing this, like, you can tell, like, I've imitated his work and it just looks crap. So I thought, no, you need to kind of make it more your own. How are your rights and throwies? I haven't really done anything like that. They would be dreadful if I tried. That's not to say I won't do them. There was, in my earlier stream, I forget his name. So one of my new subscribers, he was talking about wild style and if I've tried that or anything similar. And I'm kind of, like, I'm a bit nervous to do it because I know it'd be bad, but it's just a case of you got to go for it. Like, you know, it doesn't matter really, just try it out. But yeah, no, that kind of style I'm no good at. But to be fair, I've not tried, because I'm just saying I know I'll be shit at it, so that's why I've not tried it. But see, the problem is when I do it like this, I think that looks a bit meh. I remember there was a period of time at school I think I did it. I think I was imitating that kind of stuff, but throwies and things. But I just stopped doing it. I think I really like the more complex stuff. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I found years ago, like, I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Because I started getting really into graffiti in year 11 at school, so my last year at school, and graphic design when I did that at college, because it was all, a lot of graphic design that we did was like, you know, letterheads, lettering, and I just really got into it then. But that was in the early noughties, so you never really thought about doing it as a way to make money. It was just you know, the reputation of graffiti back then wasn't exactly stellar. But I found some old, I think this is it, this might be it. Yeah, so, was it this? No, that can't. There was some old, blue folder. It needs to be careful. So yeah, I found these. So I did this when I was at college. So that does say Jambar, believe it or not. But again, I just really liked doing shapes. So I must have been about 18 or 19, maybe 20 when I did that. This was I was a bit older. Might have been at uni when I did these. Yeah, there are some more. I just can't find them. The ones I have found are in there, but There's a few more like that dotted all over the place. I think I must have been, yeah, between the ages of like 19 and 22 when I did them. But yeah, I love the complexity of like manipulating letters, so I just jumped straight into that. And one of the artists I found is Dime. So like, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Dime is. Like, I mean, when I saw this, I was just like, fucking hell. I mean, it's just insane how good he is. You know, I'll probably never get to this, but to have it as like a, you know, just because I did graphic design, this sort of stuff, just mwah, beautiful. Yeah, I think that's a little bit like me, where like the culture of it is maybe not my scene, perhaps, but I love the art side of it. Like, you know, going out in your, you know, in your balaclava. I'm too fucking old for. I'm nearly 40. You know what I mean? I can't be doing that anyway. Do you know what I mean? Jumping over railway tracks to tag a bridge. But yeah, the artistry of it, and it, like I say, over the last 20 years. So when I was at kind of high school, I finished high school in 2000 or secondary school in 2000, and you know, college and uni were kind of like the early noughties for me. And like I say, it wasn't really massively popular back then, so it was almost kind of like a niche thing. But I think now, like I think it's more visible. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Like in the mainstream, if you like. And people have kind of warmed up to it a bit more. Certainly the kind of artistry side of it, at least, anyway, I would say. It's stupid as hell. Yeah, I remember, this will make you laugh. So, I've joined a couple of graffiti groups on Facebook, and I've posted some work on there before. I haven't done it recently because I've been so preoccupied with getting my shop up and running. So I've not been live, or I've not been drawing stuff like this as much, but I put a few pieces up. And like the perfect example of the difference between constructive criticism and I don't even know what you'd call it. So like, this was one of the very first pieces I did a while back. Like I said, the drawings I normally do, I'm trying to pull a style out of it. And I really like this drawing, but I can tell immediately, like, the M is not readable. The M is just nothing. The A is not readable. The J, A, B and the R kind of are, because I've left the gaps. And I don't think it was this one. I think it was the alphabet. And somebody posted that I needed to work on readability. And he was really sound about it, and he showed me his work, and his work was just unbelievable. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to listen to you. Yeah, what else? You know, tell me more. And then the contrast of that to another commenter said that because I drew this alphabet on dot grid paper, it doesn't count as graffiti. So I'm like, okay, you know, what do you mean? Like, you know, be more specific. What do you mean exactly? Pretty much everyone disagreed with this person and was like, well, you know, it's a creative style. You know, he's done his own thing. Why doesn't it count? Da, 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 da. And I think they were more talking about perhaps the cultural side of it. But it boiled down to the paper that I drew it on. So I replied back, so if I did exactly the same letters, but they were on plain paper, would that be acceptable? And I think they come back with something like, well, you know, you can't take any criticism. And it's a case of, well, I don't understand what your criticism is. That's my problem. If there was a criticism I could work with, then I'd you know, take it on board and and work with it. But like I say, you haven't really given me much there, so I don't really know what to make of that criticism. You know? I think there are some people who, I don't know, maybe see the cultural side of it as a really precious thing. Like, you've got to, almost like a religion where you've got to follow a certain set of rules, and it's like, just calm down. Like, I just really like the artwork. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was one of the more bizarre bits of criticism I had. I just thought that I don't know what to do with that information. Yeah, it was just, like, it wasn't, if they'd have said, it's not proper graffiti because you've done it in a sketchbook, it's, you know, go out and tag places, da 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 da, that would have been a more, that criticism would have made more sense. But the criticism came down to the fact that I drew it on dot grid paper, and I just thought, I don't know how that helps me improve my artwork per se. Yeah, like I say, criticism is always a good thing, but I just think if I can't work with it, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? It was a very, very bizarre one. I remember when I first tried my hand at graffiti. Yeah, that's the big insult, isn't it? Being called a toy. Dot grid paper is the devil. If you see dot grid paper, tell your resident professional graffiti artist, and they'll perform 17 Hail Marys on your front doorstep. Yeah, I think somebody in the car, I remember someone saying, but when people paint on walls, they use the gradient and the brick pattern as a guide to help them get straighter lines and stuff, so your criticism doesn't hold water. Not that that criticism lives in my head rent-free or anything, honest. Yeah. Yeah, like, you've got to start somewhere. Like, you've got to accept that it's not. And the thing is, like, if I had a lot of people even say that this kind of stuff wasn't real graffiti, I'd still do it. Because, like I said, I just love the style so much that... See, this is a problem. I think what I need to do is I need to do these two lines first, and then maybe fill in the middle, like connect it in some way. The problem is my initial there. If I were to do that, maybe, or I think I don't know, like. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe if I do this. Yeah, I have to teach my son about that. He's very hard on himself. Like when like if he can't do something, like if he's done something for the first time and he's not great at it within the first 10 minutes, he gets annoyed because he thinks, like, why can't I do this? And I have to explain to him, dude, it's like everyone is crap when they first start something. Like, everyone. Like, you know, it takes time to make the, you know, you've got to make the mistakes. You know, you've got to get through the rubbish to get to the good stuff, you know? There you go. I think that's maybe a bit. That's maybe a bit better. A bit better. Dead hand the exception though. Yes, dead hand. But the thing is, it's right. It's like some people do. I don't know if it's an insecurity thing or what. Like, like it's like they've had one bit of. They did one drawing that got absolutely noshed off by their mates, and they think they're king shit at it. You know. Do you know what I'm going to try and do here? Because I'm wacky like that. I might try and draw the middle bit first. That fan's pretty good actually. I do quite like it. That's a fun little A, little fat A. Right, let's try to do the middle bit first maybe. Like if I had to do maybe something like, I don't know. No, I really don't like it. Graffiti's really hard. I'm really struggling to get a good A done. Right, let's switch up the mood board. Where have I put my digital pen? It's there. Yeah, graffiti's really hard. I'm not liking my A's. My A's. Where's DRMLZ? He's up here somewhere. There you go. Put him and stack maybe. Can I put? No, just put DRMLZ. Like when I was getting into comic art, I still am into comic art, and one of the best ever to do it is Alex Ross. And as I nearly knocked my fucking phone over. I remember looking at his drawings and I couldn't grasp his work. Like, it's so good. Like, it looks almost a bit plain, but still looks unbelievable at the same time. And like some graffiti artists are the same, where you try and really analyse their work and you think, but it's just like two colours, or the shapes look really basic, but it still looks so good. And it's just the little details, like the little, like kind of flecks of detail here, or the, you know, just a little background shape to make it pop out a bit more, and just trying to learn how to do that. It's very, very difficult, but that's why I'm in this book. And every Tuesday I will try and get a good 4 to 6 hours in this book. You know, and if I decide to kind of do an actual piece to sell, I'll do that on a Tuesday as well. I don't know what I've done here. What's this? What's all this nonsense? What's all this bullshit? That I've done there. See, that looks more like an M because of this. Again, it's that fucking middle bit. Sorry, I was having a little look at the football. So I can get to this. I don't... don't like the point of the bottom there, it looks poo. But if I do it straight across, it looks boring. But I don't like that being at the same level as that. Maybe if that was lowered down, get out of the face. But again, does that look maybe a bit too boring? But if I were to kind of maybe do this, yeah, that looks a bit better. And then maybe if I just detail it at the back maybe. Like maybe that, like if I can maybe get more letters like that and join them together, it looks a bit... Like I don't know why I'm not doing this more, so the whole thing of that. But there's... How can I describe it? Like it's not like a full tunnel, it's like the middle... Like line, whatever the bridge if you like, it kind of looks like it's going underneath it. I need to do that a bit more. Change it up a bit. I think my phone's still holding out, is it? Yeah, we're still on. We're still knocking about. Like, let's try another square one, for example. So if I were to kind of go like this. Still going good. I don't know if the fan's keeping my phone alive. I couldn't tell you. We're still here though. But yeah, feel free to drop some likes and all that jazz, fellas. Help out in the algo, the rhythm of algos. Oops. God, I'm gonna poo. I'm always messing up with the A looking like an R because I'm flicking that bit out there. Whereas if I need it to go straight, I mean, it does look a bit Elephant Man-ish, this letter, I'm not going to lie. Can we get away with doing this maybe? At the moment I want to do figures and anatomy, but no. Honestly, I'm the same. When I did the, like I say, when I was doing that digital stuff, like it's straight from a reference, so you know I can copy it off that. But learning anatomy I found so difficult. Like I tried everything as well, like the bean technique, the Loomis method. They weren't necessarily bad, but when you just find it a struggle and you can't get it as accurately as you want, it just frustrates you, and you just think, nah, fuck this. I'll do something else. So I feel you there, my friend, 100%. The problem is, like, say I can get a chunky A like that, but how do I kind of make it into like a decent oops. Whoosh. Yeah, so like maybe if I don't know, maybe if I kind of follow this like this and then kind of go down. I mean, it's a bit better, I guess. I don't know. Like, there's where the hole would be. But I mean, on its own, it's just a big fat A. I don't know how to kind of develop that outwards. I think what I might do, like, I'll come back to that. I think what might help me change it up a little bit is if I do the whole word, right? Because when I do the whole word, I'll start at the M and the B in the middle because it's 6 letters, and I'll kind of go out from there. That can help me sometimes. And I can't remember how many. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I don't mind having the squares as a reference, and then I can kind of go out from that. 1, 2, 3. But I just don't want it to be perfectly within the squares. You know what I mean? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 56 across, which is 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 28, we kind of go down. Blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. Right. And then, so 20, what was it, 28 into 3 would be, can I get 8 out of that? 8, 16, 24. So if I do it that way, let's come down a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then leave some room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so kind of leave some room. So, like I said before, I'd kind of put the M straight in the box, and it just looked very near. So what I want to try and do, without knocking my phone over like a dickhead, is just kind of move you over there a bit. Maybe it might be useful if you see what I'm actually flipping doing. Yeah, so casual math. Well, you know, you get everything in my streams. Casual math, snack wars, you name it, we got it. Occasionally a bit of drawing might break out. Just check that. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyway, who cares about that? So, if I were to kind of do, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7. Okay, I don't mind that. So normally I kind of do this, where to try and make it more interesting, and I like the fact that it's 7, it's forcing me not to make it even. So there's your kind of basic M. I say basic. But drop it down, like before I'd put it straight in the box, whereas like if you drop this down a bit more, make a big thing over here, kind of move this bit out maybe. Can even move that back in, I guess, if I wanted to. Maybe there, perhaps. Like, there's an M there. It's a bit... See, this is why I struggle with doing it in my style. Like, doing it like this. Like, that's quite alright. Like, there's the beginnings of something there. Like I said, the M's just a load of nonsense. But it's a little bit too neat and tidy, if you know what I mean. Like, it fits too much in. I suppose a better example of that would be... Like, you can see it in these ones here. You can see what I'm getting at, like... Oh yeah, I forgot I did those. There's a good example of this. There. There's an even better example I'm trying to show it. Right here, there you go, that's what I'm looking for. So this. Like that one's probably the one. Like the background kind of makes it look a bit poppy, and I've extended things a little bit, but it's just a bit... Like I've maybe tried a bit harder with that one. The problem I have, like, that's... Like, I do like that, but it's so neat and tidy. That could... I need to find ways to kind of make this a bit more... I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say expressive, that's the wrong word. I don't know, a bit more interesting, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Just a bit... Just, you know, with a bit of bollocks. You know what I mean? But again, that was the idea behind this. They're all kind of uniform, but expand out from it when you're done. I'm just talking shite, I know. I'm just trying to kind of tell you my thought process. I mean, that looks... What's the word I'm looking for? That looks boken. Boken. Disgusting. Because the trick is still trying to make it look like an actual letter. But not shit. Like, could I maybe come up here a bit more? Could I maybe... I need to stop doing that. Could I maybe bring this out a bit more? To do this. I don't know. So if I were to do this, because what I want to do from here Every little even if I just do that up to there. No, keep that like that, and then maybe if say I were to do this, maybe bring that down a bit more. Not sure I'm liking the skinny middle bit. Could I perhaps get away with this? Or does it become... Forgive me if I'm chatting shit to myself, I'm just trying to figure out how best to do this. Like, could I maybe... Does that still look enough like an M? It looks a bit lopsided, doesn't it? I don't like the... Are they the serifs at the bottom when they flick out? They're called the serifs, aren't they? I don't like that they're going the same way. I think that looks crap. Could I maybe... No, I don't know. Like, I'm struggling to get the shape of this M. I haven't even detailed it to make it look anything like my piece yet. In fact, I'm going to change. I'm going to try something else. Right. So here's what I'm going to try. So let's see. My bread and butter kind of drawing would be something like that, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. It would be something akin to that, but it's not that one either. It's this one, right? So I said earlier that, like, you turn that on its side, compositionally, I like the look of it. I like the detail of it. I like you can pick out each individual shape. Can I turn this into a word, a letter perhaps? That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll keep that up. And I'll try and do it in that kind of way. The trap then, well, not the trap, but the thing I need to not do, or I need to keep an eye on, is making it readable. So that's fine because it doesn't have to be readable, because that's not what this drawing is, but I need to make it so it doesn't end up just looking like that, like a jumbled nothingness. So let's give that a try. So there's your box. Behave yourself, camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And there's your box. Right. So get your big shapes. If I were to maybe do this, so if I were to kind of go so I normally would, in the shape of an M. But I don't want the, so maybe if I were to, I don't want there to be necessarily too many shapes. Maybe if I could do this. Because the shape I still need to keep. No, that's messing it up, that is. So already I think you can see more of an M immediately. It's not perfect, but you can see it. So there it is. But now the trick is just making it a bit more interesting. Like if I kind of came down here. I mean, that's kind of what I did before. Ooh, what's a booking? So you can write, now you're starting to see the M, I think. So there's the shape of the M. Ow, bloody knee. I'm just standing up. I've got a bit of a cob on here. Okay, so there's your M, and then the details would have to be very, so this is where I need to get brave with, ow, where's my, so this is where I need to get, I'll drop everything. I always mention this to YouTube about blocking in kind of darker areas, so like this. It'd be funny if you heard that on camera. Ow! It's rare to get a look into the mind of the artist, so elegantly word vomited into our ears. Well, I believe it was you who did say, I think it was you, Anku maybe, who did suggest that, kind of show the process of it. You know, so how I, you know, what I'm thinking when I'm drawing certain things. And this is exactly what I'd be doing, like if I wasn't recording it, this is exactly how I'd be working in my scrapbook normally. Just playing about with stuff. Oh, nice. This is exactly how I'd be working in my scrapbook as well. Because it's one of those questions, you know, you're like, oh, how would you do that? Like, as I ask it of artists, I'm like, oh, how have they done that? It's just putting the hours in, getting the hours under your belt, being consistent, trying new things, figuring out other things, all that kind of stuff. I love it. No, but I think that's why what I want to do is actually have a mix of long form stuff like this and time-lapse stuff. So, you know, whatever you want to watch, whatever you're into, there's both options available. I've really enjoyed the live streaming as well. You know, the fact that you guys are able to find my channel, it's really, really cool. And I think I've said it 20 times today at least already, but I know that because I've not been as active, I'm not going to get as many eyes. Like I used to be, I think it was about 800 hours. It was above 800 hours for the year of work on my YouTube channel. But because I'd spent so long faffing about with that shop, it dropped to like 750. But I'm hoping now it's going to be on like a lot longer. Or it's going to creep up and creep up and creep up. Obviously you need people in here to actually view it. But yeah, that is now the goal. So that was the X actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, X. That mechanical pencil reminded me that I need to watch Wonka. I've still not seen it, the new one. I thought it looked a bit meh, but I have heard it's good. The people I know have seen it have said it's alright. 5, 6, 7, yeah. X marks the spot. I need to stop knocking my camera stand. Right, in fact what I'll do, just as a little thinking mud jug here, well, let's outline this. Right. Let's outline this, people. Show you what I mean, show what I'm getting at, what I'm working with, what I'm doing. So if I have to outline all this, because one of the things in graffiti as well is the overlap, where, because all of these shapes as they are next to each other, and then all it will take is kind of move that, and then they kind of merge into each other. Now I have seen graffiti artists who do shapes that are next to each other, like my dear DRMLZ. I think even does it, but they're like way above my skill level, so they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Whereas I'm still just a puppy in this game. But if I were to remove, say if I were to get rid of that, that looks a bit more graffiti-like, doesn't it? What do we think? It's still a little bit... I need to maybe stop putting... I mean, that detail's okay, but... perhaps don't need as much deets. Like, yeah, I hate that. Get out of my face. The middle part, the diagonal at the end really makes it pop. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I think... I mean, the middle details of this are a bit poo, but it's fine. Like, it's... like, but you can kind of see there's the M. And then the trick would then be to kind of, like, how would I detail this? Because what I can do from here is I can say start the, where is it? There's the thingy. And then I can kind of piss about with the A. So like say, see the problem here, so if I have to do the same thing again, like, maybe raise that up a little bit. Oh no, I've done the wrong thing again. I've done it backwards. I should be... I got to that end because I drew that like that. Okay, well, I need to think more like that. And then I can sync up the letters. So where's my box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my other box. Right, so like I said, the A doesn't have to fit exactly inside this box, but like kind of playing about with it. So say if I wanted, I don't know. So I started by doing that. The A is going to be kind of similar, so I need to kind of build this around. Yeah, that there. Because the A is how all this gubbins started. I need to not make it look like an R. Already, because of it's this shape here, it's that right angle when it goes across and down to the right. That's what's making it look like the R. I need to... If I'd have done that the other way... Right, do it the other way. Right, get rid of you. So if I bring you down here... If I bring you there, if I do it this way, there you go. Right, so if I go I think already that looks more like an A because I've done it that way. So then if I do this, not bad, I've just done it again. But could it work that way though? Maybe. I don't know. And then if I kind of do this. Yeah, so if I have it, no, this side has to be higher than that side because the R, if I do this, again, if this side, the bridge is extended outwards, that's what's going to make it look like an R. Whereas if I do it the reverse, I mean, it looks shite, but it will look more like an A, so. Okay. And if I kind of do that. Could I, in fact, if I bin you, get rid of you, come on, you piss off. And I do this maybe, if I go. Could that work? And then maybe extend the bridge here. And you know what? Because I'm an absolute rogue, I have a massive rectangle there. So now we're getting somewhere. So then immediately that's blocked in. Maybe do that. If I do this. No, that has to be blocked off, I think. Not quite like that, but you know what I mean. I might get away with that. Could I get away with that? I don't know. I don't need to do any detail yet. That does, I think I've made that look enough like an A. I think. We shall see at the end. Could this work? So we had a total of 7 people in here today. That's a good number for me. That was the highest I saw it. If I keep streaming more regularly, I will get it above 9 again. I'm telling you, lads. And all lasses, if there are lasses in as well. And 1 like. I see 6. Likes don't show up on my live feed anymore. They don't show up until I've finished the stream. It always reads as 0. Maybe if I go into it, like if I were to have a look see on my phone, it might show, but as I'm streaming now, it says 0. Right, so I am seeing it. So the A is not great, but in fact that A is dog shit, actually. No, it's that's causing problems. But I think I'm kind of on to something, maybe. Maybe. Oh, it says 5 watching for me and 0 likes. Let's have a look on my phone. See what telephone says. What does telephone say? No, wrong button. Let me have a look. I accidentally pressed Google Maps. What a prick. Oh, I've got another subscriber. I'm up to 325 now. Is it going to let me? Up to 320. On my phone, it says 5. 5 likes, 5 watching. That's what it said on my phone. Yeah, 312. I've got 3 subscribers today. 3. That's loads for me. Thank you so much for subscribing. So yeah, the A looks crap. I think I know why. It's because it looks like this. So it looks like some sort of weird alien robot, and it looks guff. Indeed, yeah, definitely cool. We've had good days all around here. But, so I think with a bit more work, I could make that work. But I'll abandon that, that's shit. But, what's my battery saying? I've not even checked. Oh, it is leaking a little. The fan is leaking a little bit, people. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll probably abandon that because it's. I mean, if I can change it, but the problem is that pencil's a bitch to rub out. It's the gap. It's too wide. Like it doesn't need to be that wide. But yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there because I feel a little burnt out. But I hope you enjoyed what I did do. So this is what I've done today. I managed to finish that off, do some J's, some A's. Oh, I really do struggle with A's. I need to practice more with my A's. They're just not. They're not there. What? Because what time am I on? 10 to 10. Yeah, 10 to 10. Oh, I was only meant to be on until 9. But yeah, I'm going to go and get myself a drink. And I'm going to chill out for the rest of the evening, but just close all that so I don't get water all over my work. But I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for everyone who popped in. But yeah, I've really had fun doing this today, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who joined. Kubuni and Deadhand, the usual suspects. A person who came in earlier, I think it was at the start of this one. Pt2, thank you so much for popping in and welcoming. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Like I said, I'll be doing this a lot more. Every Tuesday. I think I'm going to do a graffiti stream. It seems like a good day to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Wednesdays yet. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm away all day for the missus' birthday, so I won't be in. Thursday, I don't know. I'll get organised. Like now that I've freed up some time, I'll get organised and figure out some stuff to do. But yeah, the time lapses will come back. I'll be doing more streaming. Yeah, I'll do more. So hopefully that will get the count up. And I don't know if you've seen these, Pete, actually, whilst you're still here. What I mean by the time lapses is the first things I did on this channel were these. So I'd record these. So these take about 2 hours. And I'd edit them down. So there'd be 2 minute and they'd be like 2 to 3 minute videos. What I might start doing as well, just to get those numbers up, baby, is I might upload the full recording of it as a long form thing so you can see it in real time, and I might do the time lapse as well, so just to squeeze a bit more content out of my channel. Because there was an artist I followed ages ago who did it. He did digital paintings, and he did both, so I might do that as well. But yeah, because I didn't realise it was 10 to 10. But yeah, because it's getting on. A good chunk today. The A has defeated me. But yeah, thank you all so much for popping in, for liking, subscribing. It really does mean a lot, and like I said, there'll be a lot more to come. So watch this space. Have a good one. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you later.